everybody. Welcome back to the Creativity Broadcast. I'm your host, Laura, and I'm here to do another collective creativity reading for us today. This is a space for creative people, people who have a relationship with their creativity that they're growing, people who might be interested in having their soul be part of their creativity, or if they're working on creative projects and just want a different way to connect with their own creative flow and energy. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. I think today, for an overarching message, we're probably going to start with Moonology. As always, as I'm going through this reading, please use this as a starting point and as something to funnel through your own intuition to determine what fits best for you, what resonates for you. Let's see here. Hope everybody's doing really well. The image that I'm getting as I'm shuffling here is almost like rooting something metal into the ground, like you're beginning to build something or just like grounding in. I'm not sure who that's for, but let's see if it's related to the overarching message for us today. Dun, 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 oh, this morning I made an apple cake for the equinox, and I went to a farm down the road from me and got some apples, and my whole house smells amazing right now. Okay. Okay, I'm actually getting two. It keeps giving me two. Let's see what they are. Oh, upside down. Wow. Okay. Have faith in your dreams. This is a very magical Disney message. Have faith in your dreams. And then that's the waxing crescent. And then very different energy, new moon and Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. It's interesting. We're actually at a new moon right now. Very interesting. Have faith in your dreams, and you and your loved ones are safe. So, of course, I have to point out that have faith in your dreams. I mean, where it takes me, obviously, is a dream is a wish your heart makes from Cinderella. One of my favorite animated movies of all time, and I think one of the most like beautifully animated and romantic stories. It's just the best. The other thing about have faith in your dreams I want to draw our attention to that seems particularly important is that this is a very feminine image. We have the moon just slightly illuminated, right? And we have this sort of like almost post-sundown glow. And then these beautiful violet and indigo flowers and even butterflies here. So to me, this is a message of like really leaning into the feminine, really going into your intuition, maybe paying attention to your dreams right now. I know that mine have been really like unnervingly direct. And this message, though, have faith in your dreams, I think has a wonderful double entendre where it's not only about the dreaming that we're doing when we're asleep, but also about having faith in the dreams we have for ourselves, that they are going to lead somewhere important and that they're not dumb. I don't know who needs to hear that, but they're not. This next one, you and your loved ones are safe. We have this really wonderful Cancer energy, kind of this like blue cradle almost with this new moon energy. So to me, this is speaking to like you might really be feeling, especially like, yeah, especially with this change of the season right now, you might be feeling really vulnerable, like a tree letting go of leaves. Some of the leaves you're letting go of are probably former protection that you don't really need anymore. And when you do release those leaves, it leaves a tree barren. And so there's a natural vulnerability to that and fecundity and also this darkness, which can feel kind of voidy. And so I think it's really a wonderful message to remind us that, yes, even in times of great transition, we are, especially right now, like if you're in transition, you're safe, it's okay to keep going, and you're protected. So let's read these and see. Okay. Waxing crescent moon. Man, I can't believe we got this card. Okay. Have faith in your dreams. Don't give up. The situation you're asking about is still taking shape. You're nowhere near the end of the story. Whatever is happening now is just a step along the way. As they say in the self-help classics, everything will be okay in the end, and if it's not okay, it's not the end. However, the waxing crescent moon card is a reminder that you must still keep working towards whatever it is that you want. If you can't take practical steps, spend time meditating on the question you're asking about and allow your higher self to download information to you about your best next step. Overall, this card suggests there's every reason to be hopeful for a very positive outcome to the situation you're asking about, so keep the faith. Great. Yeah, it says don't look back, stay focused on moving forward, be patient, and you may need to just keep digging deeper to find more courage. That's beautiful. All right, the new moon in Cancer. There's a new start coming in your private life. Something is rising up in connection with the people and places you hold dearest. This can be to do with a member of your family, a flatmate, or moving house. If you're hoping to move forward with something special in your private life, this card comes to you as a message that you can do it. Oh. If you've been neglecting your family, it's time to reconnect with them. If you've been neglecting yourself, you need to take better care of yourself and nurture yourself more. If your insecurity is holding you back, that's something for you to work on now. Doing so could bring you to your heart's desire. Yeah, that's Cinderella energy. Additional meanings for this card. Let someone get a bit closer to you. A new cycle is starting. It's time to review your goals. Have they changed? Yeah, we're in the start of Libra season, so we're kind of looking at balance and creating a new sense of balance after starting to release for the year. It also says spending time near water will bring you peace and answers. Nice. It's beautiful. It also seems like a very important message for this beginning of autumn, where we're kind of starting to prepare to go inward for the next half of the year. And it's kind of asking us, hey, like, tend to the intimate places. It's time to start turning in. Wow, thanks, Moonology. That's super cool. Well, I think for a little bit of clarification, maybe we can get some clarification on each of these messages. I'd like to do Woodland Wardens. All right, so let's see what we can determine here. Just a little bit of further clarification. Yeah, I'm really getting like kind of a mix of these two. What am I trying to say here? If we threw both of those concepts into a mixing bowl, I think we would get the opportunity for like a very intimate, just like being willing to have more intimacy with ourselves and with our dreams, and really starting to allow more intimacy around us in service of dreams and heart's desire. It's kind of beyond a worthiness conversation. Like, whoever this is for, you're no longer worried you're not worthy of it. It's more like, in order to bring it to fruition so that it's not filled with like suffering and hard work, more intimacy may just be needed. Oh, excuse me. There's a little dog waiting to get in. All right. Go on. Go over there. Thank you. Okay. Ooh, sorry. We can continue now. What? Okay. All right. So let's see. Have faith in your dreams. Have faith in your dreams. And then we have a new moon in Cancer. Wow. This is special. Okay, so have faith in your dreams. We got the bat and Hellebore. Intuition. So again, the same thing about like this kind of nighttime energy and kind of moving swiftly because of what you're sensing, because of your intuition, because of that wisdom coming through in your dreams and your inner knowing. We've also had a theme in this collective recently about just cluing more into your senses and the wisdom of your body and your senses, like what different parts of your body might want to say. So I just really want to remind everybody, I think it was the last reading where I suggested, if you need some practice with your intuition, a nice activity might be to like take some quiet moments to yourself and actually ask a couple different parts of your body what they want you to know about the situation that you're working with. So it might be like for me, I'd probably ask the center of my chest. I'd ask my belly. I'd ask my lower back. I'd ask my forehead. Those are all places where I tend to feel energy. And so if you actually ask like all these different points, they might actually have a message for you about the thing that your rational mind might not be able to pick up. Plus, there's strength in numbers. So if parts of your body can share messages with you, you're likely to receive commonalities from your body parts. This is such a weird thing to say. Oh my God. You're probably going to listen to it more if like different parts of your body are like collaborating together versus if you're like, I can kind of ignore my gut feeling over here. But then if your gut and your chest and your head and your lower back are all telling you something, we got to pay attention to that. Wow. Okay, so let's go into this. Uh-oh. Roman numerals. Okay, here we go. XIX, that's 19. For anyone who's keeping score. Okay. I can sometimes read Roman numerals. Okay. Bats are guardians of the night, representing dreams, visions, and the subconscious. They show us how to access our mystical side. Hellebore is an unusual flower, blooming in the winter with downturned sepals. Sepals? It resembles a cup being poured out, a symbol of emotional candor. Together, the bat and Hellebore tell us to trust our intuition. So if it's upright, which I think it was, your instincts can be relied upon. Again, we keep getting this message. Curl inward like the Hellebore, and as the blind bat trusts its hearing, trust in your intuition to guide you. So yeah, it says here, how can I learn to trust my gut? Do I need to analyze a problem, or is the answer more immediate and more instinctual? Yeah, wonderful. I think that it's so easy to second guess yourself, but you know. All right, so for this next one, you and your loved ones are safe. And again, we had that nice crossover here with the Hellebore of like the emotional outpouring of that nice Cancer energy. So the clarification card that we got, the bear and Cedar, leadership. Yeah, and it looks like that's a 4. Ivy is a 4. Wow, that's pretty cool. So remember, this is in relation to this, ooh, I'm making a mess. Okay. This is in relation to this new moon energy. Your loved ones are safe. Okay. I'm so intrigued because the bear and cedar are both like, it's very strong presence and it's very early in the deck. So let's see what the message is here for clarification. Meaning, leadership. The bear and cedar calls us to be powerful but benevolent, embodying the qualities of a great leader. Powerful but benevolent. Bears are emperors of the woodland and guardians of the forest. Paired with cedar, a plant known for its healing, protective, and cleansing qualities, this card invites us into mature authority. The spirit of the bear is guiding you to leadership opportunities and reminding you to rule with fairness and care. The questions are, how can I be a better leader, and who can benefit from my knowledge and experience? So this is, bear and cedar is an invitation to leadership, probably from whatever it is that you've just released. You're getting more intimate with your gifts, and like thinking a little bit more intimately about how you can be of service, and how you being a bear and relating to yourself as an authority and taking up more space actually is in service to the entire woodland. There's a gift that you are able to provide, I think, effortlessly. That's kind of what I'm getting around this. And all that's really being asked of you is that you kind of relate to yourself a bit like that bear, that guardian of the forest, benevolent and powerful, like these two balanced energies. And before this kind of like emptying and before this new moon energy, you may have been aware of this on the horizon and felt a crunchiness around it. Like, I know that's what's next for me, but it doesn't fit into this current container, like this current version of me or something. And what I'm getting here is that this void, this empty, this new moon energy, and the kind of like, yeah, I'm really getting like the softness of the crab, but you're protected by the shell. And the reason that you're so protected is because that immense amount of vulnerability that you're feeling is actually just what's needed for you to step into this next thing. Often when we're shedding a skin, remember we are in the year of the snake, so like shed. When we're shedding something, there is this immense feeling of vulnerability, and it's simply because that protective layer that we used to hold on to isn't there. And so what I'm getting is that like you are protected, so there is a layer around you while you kind of grow your next shell. You like grow your next protective layer. And it's not a protective layer of like keep out. It's more of a protective layer of like boundaries and like very empowered feminine relationship to your needs. Kind of like tending to the things that you need so you can actually be this great bear. This is pretty wild. I think I mentioned in the last reading that at West of Wonderland, we're having a little bit of I don't even know if it's a reimagining, but I think that Bay and I both at the same time became very aware that there's just I think, more authentic gift for us to give. And we were kind of giving it like inside of a different package. And I think we're both just like suddenly very aware that like the gift is the gift and we actually need it to be front and center. And yes, this bear message is like really speaking to me. And there's something about it too that bears are so scary and so cute. And you're like, how? I don't know. That feels important to say. Last year when I was doing some of my future vision work, I had this phrase coming into my consciousness that's like been imbued in a lot of the of my like creative ideating. And the phrase was, be beautiful, be terrifying. I shared it with my husband and he was like, it's kind of Galadriel energy. And I was like, yeah, it kind of is. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm getting with, like, also with these two cards together. We have like bear is a very like tangible authority. And then we have the bat and hellebore, which is really about your senses. And so it is kind of like this duality of like allowing your senses and your intuition to do the hard work, and then allowing your like tangible power to do what's natural. Gah! With great power comes great responsibility. Responsibility with regard to like how you tend to yourself. This feels important coming out of this. Wowee, this is so cool. Okay, so I'm thinking that for this third part, this third component, I'm feeling very strongly Oracle of the Roses. We're just going to keep going into this sort of like autumnal tenderness here and keep going with the plants. Okay. Aren't these pretty? They've got like pink foil on the side. Dun, 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 da, 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 dun. All right. A little bit of coffee first. Ringo's looking at me with judgment. Okay. Okay, let's see. Takeaways, actions. That's what this third pull is always about. So, Oracle of the Roses. What do you want us to know? The companion. Old garden rose. It's really beautiful. Number 15. All right, let's see. Relationships of all types are in focus at the moment, and one or more may need your closer attention. You may find by tailoring and combining two or more of your projects, ideas, or plans, a more achievable result may be had. Other people and their needs are going to play a bigger part in any decision making that you need to make or plans that you have in the future. Make sure that you are making room for others, as someone needs a little more of you at the moment. Aww. The companion is there as a shoulder to cry on, a cheerleader to spur you on, and a smile you can always rely on. There's an archetype exploration available here. It says, what are my most important partnerships and how did they form? Relationships, partnerships, loyalty, support, agreements. Astrological sign, Libra. Haha, nice. Okay. Wow. Yeah, there's something here. Again, that theme of close relationships and just like tending to what's here. And I'm also getting with this that it may not, like, it's never bad to tend to your intimate relationships. I think it may just be also not forgetting to tend to the one you have with yourself. Maybe you need a little bit of extra alone time. Maybe you've been processing some healing or some change, and it's time for just a little bit of like TLC with yourself. And also it feels important to say that this kind of TLC, especially given where we started, doesn't have to be fancy. In fact, it's probably better if it's really simple, like just some quiet time. Yeah. Just getting to spend a little bit of time with you because you're great company. And Yeah. Wow. Cool. All right. Well, I hope that this was helpful. As always, please feel free to let me know in the comments if anything really jumped out at you. I'm also always really interested to hear in like what kinds of creative things you all are up to and how this is helping you. And if you're interested in any kind of creative support, I have a number of different courses below. Some of them are free, and I think they're really cool. So check them out. Let me know if you need anything. Thanks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.